Ready there?
Go for it.
Yeah, we'll give them another 30 seconds here. And then we'll...
It's always fun to surprise them. Start beating on your little gavel and get them going.
It's my last gavel beating for a while.
Make it loud.
I will. Yeah. Ready?
Yep.
We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Shawnee County Board of County Commissioners. It's January 11th, 2024. On my far left, Madam Clerk, Cindy Beck. On my far right, Jonathan Berzon, who's filling in for Rich Eckert today, County Council. On my immediate left is Commissioner Aaron Mays, who represents District 3, and on my right is Commissioner Kevin Cook, who represents District 2. I'm Bill Rippon, and I represent District 1. This is my last day as chair here, so.
You never know.
You never know. We haven't voted yet, that's right. Madam Clerk, what's first? Oh, I want to, yes, I want to pull items D, 1, and 2.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Was there another?
That's all.
Okay. All right, Madam Clerk, what's?
Okay, item 1, organizational. A, elect chair of the Shawnee County Commission.
All right.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes?
I would make a motion that we appoint Kevin Cook as chair of the commission.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner.
I appreciate all you've done.
Thank you very much.
Madam Clerk, our next item.
Item B, under organizational, elect vice chair of the Shawnee County Commission.
I would move that we make Commissioner Aaron Mays the vice chair of the Shawnee County Commission.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm not switching chairs with him, though.
All right.
Okay.
Just gonna stay here.
That one's defective.
That would be fun, though, to make you move.
Cruel.
Madam Clerk, our next item.
Item C, consider the appointment of commissioners to the following boards, committees, and councils. And do you want me to just read all 13 of them with their names on?
Please.
Okay. 1, Starmont Valley Event Center Advisory Board, Mays. 2, Health Access Board, Cook. 3, Metropolitan Topeka Planning Organization, Rippon. 4, Go Topeka Board, Cook. 5, Chamber Board, Mays. 6, Shawnee County Security Council, Mays. 7, State of Kansas Labor Workforce Development Committee, Rippon. 8, Greater Topeka Leadership Chairs Council, Cook. 9, Stormont Vale Advisory Board, Mays. 10, Intergovernmental Council, Rippon. 11, Momentum 2027, Cook. 12, Visit Topeka, Rippon. And 13, City of Topeka Riverfront Advisory Board, Rippon.
We've all had a chance to look at these different assignments to different boards and committees. This does evenly break it up between the 3 commissioners. I would move for approval.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Mays. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item D, consider approval of resolution number 2024-1, setting the days and hours the courthouse and administrative building will be open, setting dates and time of commission meetings, and setting agenda procedures.
There is not any substantial changes to the resolution for this year. I would move for approval.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item E, consider approval of resolution 2024-2, designating the official county newspaper.
Madam Clerk, this is by state statute?
Yes, it is. And they have to provide me with a letter saying that what they're going to be charging for their rates and their fees. That has to be done by the 1st of July, and we had received that from Metro News.
Okay.
That's the only newspaper that responded.
Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Our next item.
There's no unfinished business. Item 3, consent agenda.
I'll move approval.
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item 4, new business. A, County Clerk, number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Commissioners, this morning, I'm going to go ahead and do the voucher report since I had a chance to kind of get ready for it before the meeting as the acting vice chair at that time. But we had vouchers totaling $3,448,270.41. The highlights out of that voucher report under payroll, we had $1,372,791.20. Under allocations to different social service agencies, we had $329,910.37. Under our detention facility, we had $381,536.54. Under the information technology, we had $134,915.08, of which that was primarily for the VC3, which was backup and disaster recovery services. I do not have any questions regarding the vouchers and would move for their approval.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
All move for approval.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Mays. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item B, Human Resources, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-2024 with Central Square for Fusion Software, which will allow Central Square to integrate with our current benefit system, BenTAC. Total cost is not to exceed $21,920. Software subscription fee will be added each year to ongoing One Solution fees.
Good morning, Commissioners. Mike Augustine with Human Resources. The item in front of you today is for the purchase of a software product from Central Square, our current provider, that will enable the county's Central Square Finance Enterprise package to communicate with the county's benefit management software package called BenTAC. Basically, this will eliminate it'll eliminate the need for double manual entries into 2 separate systems by allowing automatic data transfers. We've worked with Information Technologies and specifically Mark Price on this product, and we ask for your consideration in it.
Any questions for Michael Augustine?
Nope.
Is there a motion?
I'll move for approval.
Is there a second? Motion made by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next item.
Item C, Parks and Recreation, number 1, request approval on the following personnel and human resource actions. The requested action specifically is to reclassify 1 currently vacant part-time park maintenance worker, shelter cleaning crew position from a part-time 20 to 29 hour per week position to a part-time 30 to 39 hour per week position, and close 1 currently vacant 20 to 29 hour per week park maintenance worker, shelters cleaning crew position. The financial impact of the requested action will result in an annual savings to the department of $8,340.80 annually.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Laurent, Shawnee County Parks and Recreation Department. We've had one of these positions, these are shelter cleaning crew positions, vacant for some time. We haven't been able to fill it. And then we had another individual leave us, resign from his position recently, which created 2 vacant 20 to 29 hour positions. What we'd like to do is reclassify one of those to a 30 to 39 hour part-time position and then eliminate the other. So as the clerk noted, this will actually save us a little over $8,000 a year annually and eliminate a position that we have trouble filling. So be happy to answer any questions.
Tim, is this part of an ongoing review of your open positions and how best to meet the needs within Parks and Recreation?
Oh, absolutely. Every time we have a vacant position arise, we tend to look at it and try to make sure we're analyzing where we could best use those positions and those funds.
Do you anticipate that we're going to be seeing some more of these in maybe upcoming, or are you just doing a department head full department evaluation?
Sure. Well, as you know, we're over the last couple of years, especially with all of the retirements that we face and other things, we have really restructured a large portion of the department. And I'm happy to say today that as it stands right now, I think if this is approved, we'll only have 3 vacant positions that we're not, which is great. So as they become vacant, we'll look at them, but right now, we're kind of everything seems to be working pretty well where we're at.
Okay. Are there questions for Tim? Is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0.
Thank
Thank you, Tim. Our next item.
Item D has been pulled, D1 and D2. Item E, Commission Number 1, consider appointing Roy Malley as trustee to the Tecumseh Township Board.
Is Roy Malloy here?
Malloy, yeah.
No. I know that we had taken open applications for the trustee position as it was vacated with Tecumseh Township. His was the only application that we received. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion and just note also that, from what I understand, Roy's a longtime Public Works Director out there, and it would probably be a good fit for this. So I'll make a motion that we appoint him.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Congratulations to Mr. Roy Malloy. Now, Madam Clerk, we do need to add an item. This was after consultation with Jonathan Brazon, our Assistant County Counselor. The City of Topeka announced that on Tuesday that the city and county would be holding a joint meeting at the Great Overland Station on Wednesday, January the 17th from 10 a.m. to noon for the purpose of discussion of homelessness and unsheltered, and meeting with the consultant that had been hired by the City of Topeka. After meeting with Jonathan Brazon, we're doing this in an abundance of caution to take a vote. So I would like to add item E2, which is to consider the setting of a special meeting of the Board of County Commissioners on Wednesday, January 17th from 10 a.m. to noon at the Great Overland Station. For the purpose of the meeting will be discuss homelessness issue with the Topeka City Council. And
No
that-
action will be taken.
no action would be taken. This is akin to a work session, but again, to meet our rules. Jonathan, if I misspeak, you want to make sure why we're taking this vote today?
Our rules say that a special meeting has to be noticed up and voted on by a majority, so.
Okay. So with that, is there any discussion from either members? Okay. I'll move then that we approve having a special meeting of the Board of County Commissioners on Wednesday, January 17th from 10 a.m. to noon at the Great Overland Station. That would be in concert with the City of Topeka Council.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Mays. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item 5, public comment.
I don't have anyone signed up. Are there any members of the public that wish to address the commission? Okay. Our next item.
Item 6, administrative communications.
Morning, Commissioners. Dustin Nichols, Emergency Management. I just wanted to give a shout out to Public Works, road crews, both the county and the city, and our department heads for being on top of the snowstorm this last week. So I just wanted to say thank you for your work that you're doing. That was a lot in a short amount of time. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Also, we got some winter mix coming in this afternoon into tonight, overnight. Thin sheet of ice, maybe a couple of inches of snow, the worst spot, and this is a wide area that they're talking about. And it's hard to predict, where snow is going to fall in this kind of weather. So be prepared as usual, and take it slow and easy, please.
All right.
So, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bill Sutton, Shawnee County Solid Waste. Just like to remind the general public and the commission that due to this weather that we have experienced this past week, we have experienced some delayed pickups. There are some areas in the county and the city that we just cannot get to because those roads have not been cleared. We appreciate their patience, but we are trying everything we can to get to those areas. Obviously, safety prevails in all of our operations. So we will not jeopardize our employees and/or public or private property in just collecting our operations. Also, in observance of Martin Luther King Day on Monday, we will be closed, so we will be shifting operations to one day to the right, with our double day being on Wednesday. We are expecting some significantly cold temperatures next week, so that might delay our operations throughout the week. So just, again, have patience with us, and we'll get to you at some point. Okay.
Bill, if people want to know what's going on with solid waste, what kind of information are you putting out?
Thank you for the shout out there and the shameless plug for our
There.
social media. We are on Facebook, Shawnee County Solid Waste. And if you do not have a Facebook account, you can go to the Solid Waste webpage, and we do have a little, I don't know what you call that thing down there on the page, but it shows all of our posts that we put on Facebook. We try to keep the public updated as much as possible, sprinkle a little bit of humor in there as well. But that'd probably be the best place to get real-time, up-to-date information on our operations or any delays or any closures. Please try not to call the office up there, because we simply get overwhelmed with calls. And you might be calling about something and your neighbor is calling at the same time about the same thing. So again, just follow us on Facebook and try to eliminate the calls.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah. Bill makes some excellent memes on there, and for those of you who don't know.
Tim Lorette, Parks and Recreation Department. When I was up here last week, we discussed briefly when we were talking about the golf course positions and making that change. We discussed the assets that the former management company owned and that we were looking to purchase. So I said I would come back today and give you an update on where we are on that process. So having met earlier this week, we got the list of all the assets for all three courses, and you can see it's a pretty lengthy list. I will say it's very well done. It's everything is categorized. The original purchase price for everything was included. The former operator did make a proposal. I will tell you that the total amount of everything, and this includes all of the equipment needed for the ranges, so the range ball picker-upper, the range ball cleaner, the range balls themselves, all of the concessions equipment, all of the everything. There is a lot. And the grand total for everything is $126,948. This gets a little bit complicated, but I'll try to explain it the best I can. There's also an outstanding issue of gift certificates that were sold to the courses. So there is $56,758 of outstanding gift certificates. That revenue went to the former company. They are willing to either write us a check for that, reimburse us for that, because we want to honor those gift certificates, or deduct it from the price of this equipment. If we do that, if we deduct the $56,758 and then factor in some depreciation, the offer that we made to them was, instead of $126,948, we would pay them a flat rate of $100,000. We would buy everything on the list. We would deduct the $56,758 for the gift cards. That would put us at $43,241.97. There is another outstanding issue of our monthly memberships. People can buy a pass to play an annual. It's actually an annual membership, but they pay monthly. Those are going to hit his bank account February 1st, and we will not be able to do anything about that in time. So he will either write us a check again for that $31,000, or we could deduct that also from this. I probably would want to work with Jennifer and see what we think is the most appropriate means. But once the gift cards and the monthly memberships are factored in, and the depreciation, which again, I spoke about, we would be writing him a check for $12,241.97. That would be the difference. We would most likely pay this out of our foundation, the Parks for All Foundation. I have not met with the Parks for All Foundation, but part of the agreement with the former company that was doing this was that they paid $10,000 a year into the foundation. And so we have roughly $50,000 in there now that we could use towards these purchases. So there would be obviously no impact to our general fund budget, no impact to our revolving fund budget, but you would see a decrease in the foundation level. So be happy to answer any questions that you have on any of this.
Tim, I appreciate you bringing us an update today. It sounds like you're still not quite maybe yet ready to have this as an action item before the commission.
Correct.
But given that we wanted to have an update, I appreciate you coming here and giving us a public update. Yeah, I know that Commissioner Mays, you had questions about the FF&E for last week. Or do you have any other questions or thoughts?
I'd probably want to see that list.
Sure.
And then I'm sure that it'll generate questions, but I don't have any off the top of my head right now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Commissioner Rippon?
Really, I don't have anything to add, other than if you're going to the Chiefs game, bundle up. Take every precaution.
Well, I don't have any tickets, so I'm not going to the Chiefs game, but if you're offering,
That's it.
I don't know that I'll go.
All right.
I thought you'd go.
All right. Well, thank you. When you get this maybe ready for action item, put it on the agenda so that we can discuss it and take a vote on it.
All right, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brian Cole, Shawnee County Department of Corrections. And kind of following up with Director Laurent, talking about and questions from the commission about reorganization and looking at our positions. And, I can tell you over, where the jail was well over 300 positions, we've looked and we're right around 270 now. So we continue to look at different options of how we can save money to best be more efficient. But also one of the things, and I know Commissioner Cook and I have had this talk many times about an appropriate succession plan of, Brian, we know that, and I'll be talking about Major Kendall here later on in the year, but, people retire and, we have to start looking towards that. So today I want to introduce two new deputy directors for the Department of Corrections. First, I'd like to introduce Joe Rucker. Joe's been with us 25 years or more with the Shawnee County Department of Corrections, extensive knowledge on the juvenile detention center, came over from the detention or juvenile side, came over to the adult side as a lieutenant, and then as a captain, and now as a deputy director. Joe brings with him a tremendous amount of knowledge when it comes to detention security. Joe is a teacher throughout the state on self-defense. He leads our emergency action team. But I think one of the things that I want to mention that goes to Joe's character is that anybody that knows, the struggles we've had with vacancies and things, there were times in the office that I didn't see Joe for about 3 or 4 days, and I thought, is Joe okay? Well, Joe was working third shift to cover posts. And not only was he covering to reduce overtime and covering posts, because we just simply didn't have anybody else to do it, Joe was still maintaining his job. So Joe is a tremendous choice for us to be a deputy director. His character is tremendous, and Joe is going to be a tremendous leader today and for the future. Joe, you have anything?
I look forward to this opportunity. I'll be working extremely hard to continue the success of the detention center and adding to that success. So,
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Next, I would like to introduce Steve Willis. Steve, comes to us, kind of came out of nowhere. We put out our deputy director position and, Steve put in and it did extremely well and was highly recommended, first I want to say, from the interview board. And we did an interview board outside of the agency. But what Steve brings with him is, and this was an easy choice for me and our agency, Steve brings with him a tremendous amount of experience in the community corrections, and Steve will be leading our community corrections. Steve has been a deputy director, I believe, with Douglas County, a director with Lyon County, Steve brings with him a tremendous amount of experience in leadership, community corrections, policy development, and I will know that Commissioner Mays will love this, is that Steve is very good with seeking and getting grants. Steve has done very good, and he's already been meeting with me on trying to find ways to supplement, and already he's jumped in to do this. So that was one thing that Steve has already done. Steve lives here in Topeka. He wants to make Topeka his home. He wants to serve in his community. I think this is a tremendous place for him to be. It's just like Joe and the rest of our staff. We're very lucky that Steve interviewed. We're very lucky that Steve will be with us. So I would like Steve.
Good morning, Commissioners. My ninja skills aren't as good as what we talked about. I've been in the corrections world since 2004. My hometown has been Topeka since that time. I've just worked in the Department of Corrections for Kansas, or like you said, Douglas County or Lyon County. I'm excited to be here, and I'm looking forward to working with you all. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Welcome to Shawnee County.
Thank you, Steve. Both of these guys are going to be tremendous assets. What I've told them both is that I have a tremendous amount of respect and support from all the colleagues in the county and the support of the commissioners. I hope all of my colleagues and directors and stuff get to know these guys. They're tremendous assets, and they'll go above and beyond for this county. And so please, welcome them, help them out, be an asset. Please be a resource for them, because they're going to be, they're good. They're good. They are. So thank you all very much.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Brian.
Good morning, Commissioners. Helga Henning, Director of Facilities Management. You probably saw the skyline on the other side of the courthouse has something sticking above it. The crane that was scheduled for Monday to put the new air handling unit in the sub-basement got postponed till today. So they are putting the new air handling unit into the sub-basement this morning, and hopefully everything will go smoothly. Also at the last meeting, there was a question about the window coverings. We have confirmed the window covering installation will begin Monday, weather permitting, but I do expect them to be here, and it will continue until they're completed with the delivery that came in this round. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
I know Ms. Beck will miss her map
We'll miss it.
coverings.
We'll miss it.
Well, I do know, do you want to keep them, or do you want us to dispose of them?
No, it's all that, I don't want to get any more lines than I already have, and all that squinting in the sun is not good for me. So I
Okay.
probably better go with the blinds.
Okay, we will remove them when we put the blinds in. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other administrative communications this morning? Commissioner Mays?
I just want to give a thank you to all of our employees who are out working in the cold. Public Works, Parks and Rec, solid waste, tough work, and I know they're all out there doing a good job. So on behalf of the entire community, we thank you guys.
Absolutely. Commissioner Rippon?
I have nothing to add.
Well, just a couple of notes. There is no work session on Monday, as Martin Luther King Jr. holiday is Monday, so the county will not have a work session that day. Additionally, our next meeting will then be on next Thursday. Be safe this next couple days. They're going to be extremely cold. Please take precautions. Make sure if you have all the proper materials in your car. I sound like an employee of emergency management now. The last thing that I would have is I would like to recognize that we did have a guest today. She didn't have anything, but recognizing the director of the partnership, I guess, Go Topeka, or no, sorry, Chamber of Commerce.
President of the Chamber.
Yeah, I'll get it right on the third try. President of the Chamber of Commerce, Juliet, and coming from Colorado, this should feel just like home. I don't have anything additional. Madam Clerk?
Item 7, executive session.
We do not have a need for an executive session today, so we are adjourned.